we have the privilege of the chairman of the Nigerian Governors Forum, of the PDP Governors Forum, here with us. I'm sure some of you will say we should have had this meeting before the kickoff of the campaign. But things were moving at such a fast pace that we needed to send a message that we want to start meeting our people by campaigning, and that is why we couldn't host this meeting before that event. So I do apologize. But we felt that before we begin to undertake our tour around the 192 wards of the state, it is important to have a meeting like this with all of you, since you will be playing very, very, very important roles as we go around the state. We also felt that we should bring everybody together, because this is the first time, the first meeting we are having like this since I joined the party. And we didn't want to take things for granted, that everybody is on the same page before we go out to start the campaigns. That is another purpose, I'm sure, why we decided, the leadership thought it wise to host a meeting like this. But I'm yet to hear the full briefs from the chairman. But I believe, from just watching and seeing things happening in the party and as it relates to the campaign, I believe that it's not people are not lukewarm. It's just that we have not fired them yet. And this is the process to begin, the excitement. Each and every one of you has a role to play. So many of you are in the campaign committee, but that is different, because today we want to spell out how we want to undertake this campaign. Because of COVID-19 and the regulations which are in existence, we unfortunately cannot undertake our campaigns the way we are traditionally used to, where we go out there, have ward rallies, local government rallies, senatorial rallies, and then we have a final state rally to demonstrate our presence. However, we know that Edo is PDP and PDP is Edo. And we need to be very, very confident in ourselves that if we had an election today, we will have nothing less than 75% of the votes. And it's simple arithmetic. PDP has won every national election in this state. True or false? APC has only won the last 4 state elections. So at best you say we used to be 50-50. And who is APC now? So if 80% of APC has now joined 100% of PDP, what is left? 10% of the whole. That is the reality. You cannot take it. So we shouldn't worry that because we haven't started making noises, we haven't painted the state PDP yet, that nothing is happening. From today, after this meeting, you will now see that PDP is in charge, and PDP has no competitor or no opponent in Edo State. I'm sure our chairman has a message for us. So before I invite him, I just want to make one last point. So what they are doing are the following. One, they are investing in propaganda. They are putting a lot of their money in propaganda. So you open the papers this morning, they say Obaseki's campaign chief resigns. And I read the name, I say, I don't even know this person. Well, for the rest of the country, they'll say, oh, they are falling apart. They are, that is the kind of thing, those are the kind of things they are doing. That is what they are investing money in. Just propagating lies and hoping that those lies will become true or will be viewed as truth. The second thing they are doing, which is very dangerous, and I'm sure they are not thinking, is to try and create a sense of fear in our people by intimidating them. I hear that any vehicles they find our posters or our stickers on, at night they go and smash the windscreens of those vehicles, so as to put fear in people not to be seen or perceived as being our supporters. And then in areas they go out to destroy and shred our banners, so that people, because they don't have enough money to blanket the place like we are going to do. So these are the tactics they are adopting. But for us, people will say, oh, maybe we are being weak, we are showing weakness. No. I am governor of Edo State. That is why you're going to perceive that there's some restraints. If they are doing what they are doing evil, it is a bit difficult because I have the authority, I have the state power to maintain law and order, which we will maintain, but we will maintain it in a civil way and be seen to protecting human rights. So on that note, let me now welcome to Edo State again our brother from another empire. There are only two empires in this country. The Sokoto Caliphate, Sokoto Empire, and the Benin Empire. So we are two governors representing two significant histories in this country. And that's why it's so easy to understand where he's coming from and why it's easy for him to understand us. And it was at his instance we are having this special meeting. We would have had one like this, but the fact that himself and the chairman of the campaign council were coming, he decided to make the meeting as extensive and to bring you to and host you for the first time in a new hall. We haven't named the hall yet. You people will advise me on how to name it. This is the first time we are using this hall. Do you like it? We haven't started commissioning. We have like 2,000 of such projects. So, Your Excellency, I welcome you and thank you very, very much for this initiative. And please, you have your people.
We scheduled myself and the Governor of Rivers, Chairman of the National Campaign Council for Edo elections, to be here in Benin City today for us to meet with you, the stakeholders of PDP Edo, and to rub minds on the way forward. Unfortunately, he has not been able to make it, and he has asked me to extend his apologies to all of you. I had some challenges with the flight coming into Port Harcourt to pick him out of Port Harcourt. We waited and time was going. We said, well, let us come and have the meeting. And then we will convey, because we've compared notes, we've agreed on what to do, all of our collective messages to the PDP family in Edo State. So on behalf of the PDP Governors Forum, let me thank our brothers and sisters in PDP who accepted and wholeheartedly deceived our brother and his deputy and the speaker and other members of the APC, Godwin Obaseki, into the PDP family in Edo State. We know that you are preparing then for primaries, and almost positions were taken. But you know, ours as humans is only to plan. God ultimately decides. So when the decision of God was handed down, that Godwin Obaseki should be the flag bearer of our party, you all worked together and received that very well. We cannot thank you enough for accepting what has been described in many quarters in Nigeria as one of the greatest political engineering process, and what I term sometimes as political cobbling of the process. It's not just about elections, it's not just about political parties, but it's also about respecting the people and allowing processes to take place. On the other platform that he left, we knew what happened in Lagos to then Governor Ambode, and we saw what happened to Governor Obaseki. We in the PDP are having a transformed political party that revolves around the people. No single individual owns PDP. PDP is an institution, it's a well-established political party. Yes, I can say that because I have been in and out of PDP. I have personal experience to narrate on both sides. So I know what is here and what is there. So we can't thank you enough. And I bring to you our assurances of support. We appeal to you to come together as one. We know that today in this family, I can say that there are 3 groups that are working together. The first group, or one group, not first, is those that are happy with the processes of the congresses that produced Tony Azebemi as chairman of the party. In the same PDP, there are those that are not happy with that process. That makes the second group. The third group is the group led by Governor Obaseki to come and join the PDP. This is a reality. That was what we did in Sokoto State when I joined PDP in August 2018. And when I came in, the national headquarters came up with a formula of 60-40. Being a sitting governor, I was given 60% of the structure of the party, and the existing structure that I met was allowed to take 40%. We went into a meeting between myself and Governor Bafara, former governor of Sokoto State, and we agreed that, look, let us leave the structure. I told him that I don't need the structure. What I need is the commitment, support, cooperation of every single member of PDP family in Sokoto State. And we went through primaries for State Assembly, for National Assembly, and for governorship without rancor. After all, power is in the hands of God. It was this coalition with the support of Almighty God that made us to win the election. Set aside whatever differences, real or imaginary, that you feel you have. Come together, work in unison. What is key and fundamental is for you to win election. Not for you to be party chairman, party official at that level. No, since it's this one that... No. Come together and win this election. You're already having government of Edo State to the glory of God. Don't let your internal issues make it slip off your hands. Hold on to it, hold on to God, and victory is yours. Work together, please, and that is our appeal to you. We believe that by the grace of God, we shall win this election. No intimidation. Don't shift. Don't yield any ground. Don't allow anybody to intimidate you. It's one man, one vote. Whoever is not a voter should clear from the polling unit. Voters should be there. Votes should be cast, counted, declared before you leave your unit. Protect your votes. Every poll, even their own polls on the other side, has proven that by the grace of God, PDP is going to win the state. So what we need is your cohesion, your cooperation, bringing out the votes, bring out members of, eligible voters, let them go and vote and protect your vote. Don't yield to any intimidation. There is nothing like federal might. I can tell you that one. If my colleague from Rivers is here, he would have told you. Akwa Ibom, Benue. So don't let anybody come and instill any fear into your minds. It's just propaganda. Is it not God? Is it not people? What else are you asking for? You have God, you have people. So please, don't be intimidated. Work together. By the grace of God, we shall deliver. Thank you very much. God bless you.
I'm very familiar with a situation whereby the federal government will muster security personnel and flood the whole state with a number of security personnel, police, army, SSS, EFCC, to come and intimidate people. That's what I'm talking about, using federal might. And it has happened in this country. Instead of all of these personnel to be mustered and be sent to either northeast or northwest, where we're having very, very perennial and precarious security challenges, we have witnessed situations whereby they are being taken to states where elections are being held in isolated cases, and then they are deployed and used to intimidate voters.
Talk to us about the threat or possible fear of violence during the election. This is one major aspect of the Edo State election that people have actually expressed concerns about. What are the chances that election will be peaceful, free and fair in Edo State? Well,
we are all, as leaders, we have all been appealing to our supporters to be law-abiding, to be peaceful, and ensure that there is no violence. And every leader should be able to do that. So I'm appealing to both sides and both leaders of the political parties that are participating to continue to talk to their supporters to restrain them from unleashing mayhem or violence. We have seen a small crowd of some supporters of a political party that came to the palace to kind of boo people when we came on the flag of the campaign. That is a sign that that particular political party is planning violence. So I'm appealing to the leaders of that political party, if at all they are truly and genuinely interested in the people of Edo State, to allow a very peaceful electoral process.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Even though I'm the Chief Security Officer of the state and I have all state powers, I believe that those powers should be used responsibly and with restraint, particularly in the face of provocations. You have seen and witnessed what the other party has been doing in the state and some of their sponsors. You have seen youths tearing my posters and banners across the state. You have seen vehicles being attacked and their windscreens broken for having my stickers on their cars. All of these are attempts to provoke me, but I am cognizant of the fact that I'm just not a candidate, but I am the governor, and I should use the state power, the power which the Constitution has given me, with discretion and moderation. But that does not mean that the state is weak or I'm weak as a governor. It's just that I believe in respecting human rights, and once we apprehend any of these perpetrators, no matter how powerful, no matter how rich they claim to be, I will make sure that the law takes its course.
Thank you so much.
We need more cars. We didn't give those cars to spirits. We gave them to human beings. And clearly those human beings were not members of the PDP before the governor joined us. So that was a positive for us when the governor joined us. However, after he joined us, you will agree with me too that there has been some winning in that support base. Therefore, I urge us all in this meeting to look at those reasons why that winning is taking place. Why that momentum with which we were going, why has it slowed down? There are obvious reasons. I've formulated about 10 reasons why that happened, which I might not share with everybody, but I will share with our visitors that are joining us for this meeting. So, but I urge you, after the press must have left us, to please feel free and let us in into those reasons, into those things you think why the momentum has somehow slowed down. But thank God it's in our hands. We have all the reasons in the world to pick up again. And I think this meeting is a starting point for that. On that note, once again,
figures of what we have given out after our governor formally joined PDP. The only thing I would like to add is that in the last governorship election between the governor and the present APC candidate, the difference was not up to 100,000. Am I right? So what that tells you is that with the coming of the governor and with the figures we now have, it means if we sustain our efforts, there's nothing that can stop us from victory. Well, I'll just give a brief about the campaigns we are about to embark on. Starting from Monday next week, we will be visiting all the local governments. So, and I'll just give in the state a brief about the campaigns we are about to embark on. Campaign visits. Starting from Monday next week, we will be visiting all the local governments. So, and I'll just give in the state and also to visit some of these places that are the campaigns we are about to embark on. Campaign visits. Starting from Monday next week, we will be visiting all the local governments. So, and I'll just give the state and also to visit some of these places that are the campaigns we are about to embark on. Campaign visits. Starting from Monday next week, and also visiting all the local governments. So this and just give the visitors and also to visit some of the places the campaigns were about to embark on a visit starting from Monday next week. And also to visiting all the local governments. So this and just give the visitors and also to visit some of the places the campaigns were about to embark on a visit. They are taking place in his house. We are going to take the tour of the state to the people of the state. We are going to the grassroots and we are going to show very clearly that the governor did not come to PDP alone. So we have decided to call this meeting partly to let the local government council chairmen and the party chairmen in all our local governments to know that as we visit your area, all those who have joined the party, who are coming to join the party with the governor, will come out with their APC party cards to show clearly that these are the people joining the party. We are not going to waste our time with the governor sitting in his house, receiving 3 councillors, receiving 3 appointees, those who came, who were appointed into this government by Adanso Shomole. But we must show that the difference is clear. When we go on this tour, all those who have come to join the party, because of the achievements of the government, because of the achievements of our governor and his deputy, we want the world to see those people who have joined PDP, who were not members of PDP before. And I don't think there is a better way to send this message to the various wards, to the various local governments, than getting the local government party chairman and the local government council chairman to go back home and organize our people who have joined us to come out as we embark on these visits. They will have their APC cards with them. We are not going to receive local government councillors. We are going to receive real leaders of APC who have now joined PDP. So that on election day, when they hear that the governor won with over 100 and something thousand votes, nobody will be in doubt. They will see the people who have joined PDP as a result of the governor joining our party. Well, it is not in our tradition to be responding to comments as they come. When we start our tour, we shall respond in a way that our members will be happy that the governor has a very good team that will send the message of our party to the good people of Edo State.